hard being Spider-Man. I guess I'll have to get to work. I've been in my antique booth for a year, and I'm just doing an update video on it. This is what it looks like when I got to it on October 1st. I have a bin of records. I have this spinning rack that I picked up at a garage sale 10 months ago or so and put in the booth. It's great for displaying a lot of small stuff. I have the top shelf there. I keep St. Louis items on, and then I have a couple shelves of Disney stuff, and then a shelf of miscellaneous, and then a couple shelves of advertising items. I have a couple framed Disney prints hanging on this beam. I have this shelf unit. The top is a lot of vintage items, thermoses, some ceramic stuff. There was a set of Hondo 3D glasses that were in the wrong spot, so I threw them over with the cowboy stuff. I have a shelf of plush, and on the back side, I have another set of shelves that include another bin of records that has soundtracks and jazz and comedy records in them. Then there's a few Christmas things, a few plushes. And then on the wall, I have a limited edition print, signed and numbered. And I have this tennis print, this Goodyear NASCAR poster, this mid-century modern clock, Pete's Dragon lobby card, and a Robert Dosino print. And a little Star Wars shelf. Not sure why Mr. Clinton is up there, but he is. A shelf of pig stuff. A shelf of Marvin the Martian items. And then there was 2 shelves of Dr. Seuss items. And the bottom had some DC or some comic book characters. And then some more cartoon items on those shelves. I think there's another shelf of pigs, a shelf of Western stuff, a shelf with some Betty Boop, Campbell Kids items on it. Back to the Western shelf, just reorganizing it. This shelf has some Betty Boop items on it and some Campbell Kids, and then another shelf of pig items, and then the top shelf had a few dolls and a couple Christmas things on it. This corner has a bunch of framed items in it, and the figurine dress stand is for sale. The Baskin-Robbins posters, I have a bunch of those. If you want one, you can hit me up about getting one from me. And then this other shelf unit has a shelf of CDs, a shelf of popular sci-fi movies, and then a shelf of DVDs and VHS tapes. All right, this is after I updated it. I have some Star Wars figures hanging on the wall. There's a Bambi original lobby card. The record albums I've organized, they're in alphabetical order. Behind the rock, there's a small country section. And then this bin is filled with paper goods. It's got paper dolls. It's got cereal boxes. It's got some comic books. It's got promo photos for rock band albums. The spinner rack, I straightened it up. There's lots of die cast on it, a little bit of Disney. There's a few Star Wars items, some Dr. Seuss. There's an autographed NASCAR guy. Oh, there's a little Star Wars stuff. All right, after I reorganized, this shelf is pretty much the same. I added a few more Disney items, some Christmas ornaments, and I moved all the Rugrats stuff onto that one shelf, and I added this Chase Park Plaza ashtray. It's a cigar ashtray from one of the hotels in St. Louis. And then I moved up some of the science fiction stuff to this top shelf. And then there's some more pop culture stuff on that shelf. TV shows, episodes are on DVDs are on that. Restocked the CDs, music stuff. I didn't really do too much different to that. And then that's a whole shelf of Coke stuff. I added this lab coat, thinking maybe it might sell for Halloween. I added all the dowels to this top shelf. Mr. Clinton found a new home. And then I moved the DVDs and VHS tapes over to here, kept the Betty Boop and the Campbell Kids on that shelf. Added a bunch of stuff to the Cowboy shelf, and then I made another shelf full of glassware and other soda collectibles. And on the bottom, I actually moved all the comic stuff down to that front bin. And then I have 2 shelves of Seuss stuff still, another shelf of Marvin Martian items, and a few other Warner Brothers stuff. And then I moved some more cartoon type items up here, Snoopy, Smurfs, and then the Star Wars stuff is still there. I think I added 1 or 2 things to it. And then the soundtracks I organized and put the close to counter in the front. I moved all that ceramic stuff into these shelf. And then on this shelf, the bottom is like barware, then plush, and then some more cartoon type items. And then I started a Halloween shelf, which I will add more stuff to in the weeks to come. Most of the items in my antique booth are $10 or less, or items I don't want to ship. Like there's a bunch of framed items that are on the wall. And it's worked out okay for me. My goal is to do $20 per day. In October, in the first 6 days, I've done $131. So I'm a little ahead of target. The majority of the items I've sold have been Disney, TV, movie, cartoon items. I've sold $37 worth of music items, CDs, records, and music collectibles. If you had an antique booth, what kind of stuff would you put in there? Thanks a lot for checking out the video. Bentley, you just having a good day standing in the sun?